Who would win in a fight between a Xenomorph from the Alien movies and a Licker from the Resident Evil games? Here in the blue corner we have the Xenomorph, an alien species which are created by impregnating a living host with an embryo, which then erupts out of their body cavity, killing them in the process. They are very fast, strong and stealthy, able to traverse through ventilation shafts and can scale surfaces, and will use both their brute strength as well as their cunning and stealth to either outright kill their prey or bring them back to their hive to be used as hosts for making more Xenomorphs. They have a long domed head with a visible skull inside and a hard exoskeleton, providing protection from melee attacks and gunfire from smaller weapons, but more powerful weapons will harm them. But if you do manage to injure them, then their acidic blood will spray out and saturate the surrounding area with corrosive acid. For weaponry, they have claws, a bladed tail spike, and an incredibly deadly inner jaw inside their mouth, which can penetrate even armoured opponents. And over here in the red corner, we have the Licker, a bioorganic weapon, or BOW for short, created by a human subject being infected by a special strain of the T virus, which will result in what is called V-Act, similar to a Crimson Head zombie, but with even more exaggerated effects. They resemble a skinless human with exposed brain tissue and walk on all fours and are able to scale vertical surfaces and even walk on ceilings. They have lost the use of their eyes and instead rely on a heightened sense of hearing to detect their victims. If you are quiet enough, however, you can sneak past them. For weaponry, they have long claws, teeth, and like their name suggests, an elongated tongue, which is used to either hit with, wrap around, or with enough force can even decapitate their victims. Despite lacking armour, their muscle is very tough and can withstand a lot of gunfire before being taken down, with multiple shots from a shotgun or grenade launcher being needed to stop them. The Licker is on the prowl, searching for prey, crawling along the wall of a corridor, the sound of its breathing echoing down the hallway. Meanwhile, a Xenomorph is doing the same, silently lurking in the shadows, when it turns a corner and detects the Licker ahead of it. From what its senses tell it, the creature in sight is not living, so unsuitable to be brought back to the hive as a host, so the Xenomorph resorts to its secondary instinct, to attack. The Xenomorph approaches slowly from behind, almost silent, too quiet for the Licker to notice. Once within reach, the alien pounces, grasping hold of the Licker like a mantis, and holds it up in front of its own face, baring its teeth and hissing, ready to deliver a head bite. But the Licker goes into attack mode, unfurling its tongue and hitting the Xenomorph in the face, knocking it backwards, almost off balance. The Licker falls to the ground, landing on all fours like a cat. The alien raises its tail, about to thrust it forward at its opponent, but the Licker extends its tongue again and catches it mid-air, wrapping around it and pulling it in towards its mouth. With the alien almost pulled off balance again, the Licker follows up with a swat from its hand across the Xenomorph's torso, leaving deep scratches across it. But the alien's blood sprays out of the wound, covering the Licker in acid. The Licker shrieks, writhing and thrashing around on the floor. Then it stops moving and is broken down by the acid. The Xenomorph is damaged but still alive, and thanks to its defense mechanism, is the winner. So I think this was a pretty interesting matchup, with both combatants actually having quite a few similarities. Both can climb walls and have no visible eyes, employing other senses instead, and both having a tongue as a weapon. The Licker fought pretty well against the Xeno, and while the alien got the drop on it first, Thanks to its long tongue, the fight was starting to go in the licker's favour, but as we know from Resident Evil 2, that acid rounds from the grenade launcher are very effective against them, so it would make sense that if it attacked the alien and got the acid blood on itself, the fight would be over pretty quick. Also due to the fact that you can sneak past lickers in the games, this would give the Xenomorph the advantage too, as they will attack stealthily from behind a lot of the time. So is this how you think this fight would go down, or do you have a different opinion? And if you enjoyed this video, make sure to like and subscribe if you're interested in future videos like this one. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.